Hi, my name is Marcus Trice. I'm going to be doing a video for this assignment for FTT 1116584, Firearms Inspection and Troubleshooting. This is week one practical application. So it's a hands-on, so we're doing a video. Demonstrate the process of clearing a firearm and demonstrate the process of performing a function test. All right, so I have in front of me, I have a Glock 27 Gen 4. This is in .40 caliber. This does not have any external safeties. It is a striker fire firearm. I'm going to be, all guns should be treated as though they are loaded. So I'm picking this gun up and it's loaded. It should be loaded in my mind. I'm going to keep my finger off of the trigger. I'm going to point it in a safe direction, knowing that there's nothing back here, that if there was a round in here and there was a discharge, that it wouldn't be striking anything or hitting anything. So with this firearm, I would eject the magazine, inspect the magazine. There's no ammunition in this magazine. And by the way, there's no live ammunition on this table. I would keep my finger off the trigger. I would keep this pointed in a safe direction, and I'm going to actuate the slide by pulling it back and at the same time lifting up on the slide stop in order to open the chamber so I can inspect the chamber. What I do is when I'm inspecting the chamber, I keep the firearm in my space and I look around the firearm. I don't move the firearm. I don't think it's a good idea to be taking a firearm and pointing it in all kinds of directions to try to inspect it. Keep it still, look in, look down, take your finger, put it into the chamber, and there's no ammunition in this firearm. So that is clearing this firearm, okay? So now for the purpose of performing a function test, there's two methods of doing a function test, or it's not two methods, but there's two ways that you can do it. Yeah, you can do it without a snap cap, or you can do it with a snap cap. So with this particular firearm, there is no safety on it. Like I said, the only safety is in the trigger, and there's some internal safety mechanisms. If I were to take this firearm to the range before shooting it, I would do a function test on it to make sure that it's functioning. I want to make sure that the trigger is working. I want to make sure that I can hear the firing pin actuate. I want to make sure that the slide is moving back and forth freely. After I have shot the firearm and I bring it home and I clean it, I will put it back together and I will function test to make sure that it is functioning after I have cleaned it and that I have put it back correctly. So for function testing this firearm without the snap caps, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be checking a couple of things here. If I insert the magazine into the magazine well and then release the slide with the slide stop, I can pull it back and check that the slide stop is functioning. I can release the slide stop again, and that is functioning. I can actually pull the trigger. I can feel the safety engage on the trigger, and I can pull the trigger to the rear and hear the firing pin engage. Now, the firing pin will not reset until I pull the slide back and it cycles through. I've kept my thumb on the slide release so it will cycle. Now that the trigger is now reset, I can actually test that trigger a second time. This is without snap caps, and it's functioning. Now I can eject the magazine so that I can check the slide and its movement. And it's moving freely, and I have tension from the recoil spring. I can hear the lockup with the barrel and the slide. And it seems to all be functioning, and it is actually in battery now. Now with the snap caps, I can take snap caps and place them into the magazine which will show that the magazine spring's working, the follower is working. I've got 2 snap caps in there. I will take the magazine loaded with the snap caps, place it into the firearm, and I will pull a slide back, loading the chamber with a snap cap, and release it. So now I know that there is a chambered round, that it chambered fine, that there was no problems with the feed ramp, there was no problems with the chamber, and the lockup is good. Now I can fire the round, or pull the trigger, and initiating the firing pin as if you were firing a round, and it fired. I can now eject that snap cap, which is telling me that the ejector is working, and a new round will go into the chamber. So it's showing me that it's functioning and cycling. And as you see, the snap cap ejected well. There was no issues with that snap cap coming out. Now there's another round in the firearm, a snap cap in the chamber. Again, I will cycle the slide, and it did eject it. I didn't have to manipulate the slide release, and the round has ejected. So this firearm is functioning, the trigger is working, the magazine release is working, the slide stop is working, it goes into battery, and there is a lockup, the bullets are ejecting, and like I said, the fire pin is activating, and the trigger is resetting. So that is my demonstration of clearing the firearm, and then that's my demonstration of performing a function test 2 different ways, with snap caps one way and then without snap caps. Thank you.